The most dangerous person in any room is rarely the loudest. They sit back, watch, and say absolutely nothing. We operate in a baseline of constant broadcasting. Everyone is posting, sharing, and explaining themselves, locked in an exhausting cycle of trying to be seen and validated. When someone drops out of that cycle, it causes immediate psychological friction. If a person offers no opinions and seeks no attention, the rest of the group becomes uncomfortable. In a society conditioned to equate noise with existence, the deliberate withholding of attention shatters the room's power dynamic. Think about a typical, highly stimulated social setting. People are laughing, talking over each other, distracted by their own performances and displays of ego. Then there is the anomaly, the single observer sitting perfectly still. You have no way to read their internal thoughts or gauge their emotional state. That unreadable presence starts to radiate a heavy sensation. You begin to feel exposed simply because you are being watched by someone who offers nothing in return. True intimidation doesn't require aggression. It comes from the shift in power that occurs when you realize your own performance is being recorded, while the person watching remains a total blank. We often mistake silence for weakness. It functions as a state of active, predatory situational awareness. While others speak, the observer is harvesting distinct data points, tracking speech patterns, immediate reactions, emotional triggers, and concealed insecurities. By watching these inputs, they synthesize behavioral data into a solid profile, uncovering the objective truth driving a person's actions. The silent observer achieves a massive informational advantage through a simple mechanism. They are the only person in the room exclusively absorbing data, rather than constantly broadcasting it. This dynamic exposes the hidden cost of the human urge to speak and be understood. It pulls people into the predictability trap. Every verbal output generates a predictable pattern, but remaining silent leads to a wall of uncertainty, leaving adversaries no data to map your next move. This unpredictability provides immunity. If people cannot predict you, they cannot control you. Look at the resulting energy distribution. The talker exhausts themselves to chase external validation. The observer hoards their energy, storing it for decisive, calculated action only when it matters. Choosing silence builds a defensive perimeter. By withholding the data others expect, you retain the leverage to dictate the terms of any engagement. Consider your own daily communication habits. Every time you overshare, you provide a map of your fears, your intentions, and your insecurities. You do not need to adopt absolute silence. However, applying strategic restriction to what you broadcast is mandatory to maintain leverage. There are 3 rules of engagement. Limit your verbal output compared to your knowledge. Prioritize observation over reaction, and conceal your personal depths. Being fully understood creates a specific vulnerability. When others know exactly how you process information, they have the inputs required to trigger a predictable response. Mastering the discipline of withholding information creates a barrier. It remains the most effective method for retaining control over your own fate. The next time you encounter someone quiet in a chaotic environment, reframe your assessment. Never mistake their physical stillness for mental submission. It is the ultimate paradox of human interaction. The individual contributing nothing to the conversation is frequently the one who dominates it entirely. Withholding your output is a weapon. Keep it sharp,